Howdy, Guam. I'm Jason Salas. Welcome to the program. This is House to Home, where we teach you everything you need to know about making money off your real estate. And once again, our friends Liz and Gina from Remax Diamond Realty Guam have allowed us to take a field trip. So we have come downtown to their Hagana offices, and we are learning, ladies, about appraisal today from a true expert.
That's right.
All right, can't wait to get to it. Let's go into the conference room and find out from Howard Gutierrez what you need to know when you are getting your home ready.
Howdy, Guam. We're here with Howard Gutierrez, who is a local appraiser on the island, and we wanted to talk to him about how to prepare your home if you're selling it in terms of what would give it the most value. So Howard, if you're preparing your home, what items should a potential seller do? What can they do with their home to maximize its value when they're selling it?
So aside from the presentation, you always want to make sure everything is clean. So, because aside from just overall value, you're also going to be wanting to attract the buyers, of course. So you want to give it a good cleaning, water blasting. A lot of those things sort of help in the overall aesthetics when we're taking pictures of homes. A lot of times, if we're doing an off-island bank, you have review appraisers who are reviewing our appraisals, and all they have to go by is
Our photos.
So, there's little things that can help where in terms of the overall condition of a house, where, a lot of times we're not always on it and cleaning up the bathrooms. And then I can always tell when I walk into somebody's house, like over the years, in 10, 15 years appraising, I've been able to see certain people, they really take care of, there's the little grime in between the tiles or in the corner of the bathtub that's so hard to get to, and then that sort of spreads out along as, or on the bottom of the bathtub. So those are little things that show up in photos.
Like wear and tear.
Yeah, wear and tear. So, and a lot of that can be done away with just a good general cleaning.
Yeah, and it's something you can actually do without, you can put in your own time and effort into doing those little things. And what you're saying is that does affect
The value.
the value.
Yes, especially if we're calling a house, because as appraisers, we're trained to overlook the surface level stuff. Okay, clothes on the floor. A lot of people always, my son didn't clean up his room today. Is it okay? We can overlook the clothes on the floor. We can overlook the other aesthetics, like the difference between just needing a new paint job versus needing new tiles. Those are they weigh differently in terms of cost to cure those sections. So if we walk into a house and the bathroom just needs a good cleaning, if we're rating the house a very good or excellent condition, and then the bank is, and we can tell that can easily be cleaned. And then we take pictures and it shows up in the bank. The bank questions, well, how can you call this house very good if it has this?
If it looks this way.
Yeah. So overall just sort of helps with the presentation. It helps with the appraisal review section of it all. And then it also helps with overall value in terms of, your house rating of average, good, very good, and excellent.
So if you had, let's say, ceramic tiles on the kitchen counter versus granite, does that make a difference?
Yeah, those are huge differences. We always get this question, my friend calls me up and he goes, Howard, I'm getting an appraisal. What can I do to raise the value?
Yeah.
And it's sort of a hard question to ask, because real estate is such a heavy thing that if you put in money, in order to gain huge amounts of value, you're going to have to put in money. So aside from putting in X amount of dollars to build a carport, and it's like, well, when are you getting it appraised? And they're like, he's coming by tomorrow. Then it's sort of like, well, just clean up around the house. And
Well, we tell people you don't want to pour money into an improvement that will not give you a higher value for your home.
Yeah.
So maybe you can elaborate a bit more on what do they do to give it more value, like the granite countertop or changing the plumbing for the
Which
fixture.
areas?
Yeah, which areas
Should
people focus on?
Because we know which areas buyers are
Looking
particular
at,
to.
yes.
Yeah.
So when we talk to our customers, we'll tell them, you know what, when we show a house, these are the areas that buyers go, this is what they focus on first, but we'd like it, we'd like your point of view. Which areas, if I only had a few $1,000s and a little bit of time,
Where should I spend it?
where should I spend it?
Okay, so we always take a look at the overall appraisal process. When we're choosing comps, when we're looking at a house, number one is always living area and lot size. So living area is number one. How big is your
square
house?
footage.
Square footage. And that includes living area is only areas within the actual house. So an outside bathroom, even though it's a full bath and just as nice as the inside bathrooms, is considered an exterior bathroom. You do get value for it, but it's not counted
as much.
in that living area calculation.
Now, if they
I see.
enclosed it and you can access it from the interior of the house, then that adds value as square footage.
Yeah. So in the case if somebody has a garage, and a lot of garages have a storage room and a outdoor bathroom, if they were to enclose the carport and turn it into another room, then that whole carport and the bathroom would now be considered living area.
I have a question because my husband has this concept of adding on we have a garage and it's got garage doors. Do you count that as part of the living area?
No.
But if he were to enclose
Was
it
it
and turn it
concrete?
into his man cave,
Yes.
and he could get in now from the main house, then that
That's-
becomes
Yes.
Yeah.
So the question is, so if he enclosed that with concrete walls, let's say he just did wooden walls, would that count?
No, it wouldn't count as wooden walls because of certain issues that have to do with Class A typhoon insurance and liability.
So
Okay.
concrete walls
Concrete
will
walls.
make a difference, and accessible from the main part of the house will give it additional square footage and more value.
More value. However, a lot of times when you start getting into exterior sort of, I've done houses where they've built on like a little patio and
Yeah.
a patio to get to an exterior bedroom. Those in some cases can fetch as much value as the interior. Now, in the case of a 2,500 square foot mansion or a 3,000 square foot mansion, the higher areas,
Yeah.
it's not uncommon for them to have a sort of separated mother-in-law suite or
Yeah,
and,
you're right.
and those are better. But then if you have an 800 square foot home with a 500 square foot exterior bedroom, then that sort of goes over into what we call over improvements.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're sort of, it doesn't get a
Penthouse.
good return.
Then it's hard to justify the value.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's over improved. There is
Okay.
such a thing. What we're noticing a lot of right now is a lot of builders are going with really large floor plans.
Yes.
And we
Yeah.
keep explaining to them just because it's really big doesn't mean
It'll
it's going to fetch the amount of money that they believe they're going to
Yeah.
get.
Well, the information you provided today is very informative, and I'm sure our viewers enjoyed that. We're running out of time, but can we have you back again? Because
Sure.
there's just
Pick
so
your
much
brains.
information
Yeah.
that I'm sure would benefit the public.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you.